Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Connor from T-sportline. Today I'm going to be showing you how to remove your OEM factory bumper off of your Tesla Cybertruck. Whether you're getting ready to put on a steel bumper, a tow hitch, or just replacing some broken factory parts, it's always good to know how to remove your factory bumper. Let's get into it. Tools needed will be a Phillips head screwdriver as well as a socket wrench with a 3-inch extension and a 10mm socket. A trim tool is very helpful, as well as a plastic clip tool, something with a fork in the end of it like this. First thing we're going to do is remove our license plate. You're going to have 2 to 4 Phillips head screws going straight into the bumper. Prior to starting this install, we recommend putting your truck in extract mode. Go into your vehicle dynamics menu and click off-road. Click Go Off-Road on the window that pops up, then return back to your control menu. You'll notice 2 additional ride height options, one being very high and the second being extract. Click extract and you'll notice the car raising to its ultimate ride height position. Now with our license plate out of the way, I like to move on to the fender liners. You're going to need your plastic clip tool with the fork in it. A metal one tends to work better than the plastic ones, but the plastics do work. So I'm going to take this and just pop all 5 of these trim clips out of our fender liners. You may find it easier to come from below the clip, from under the car. And there's going to be one all the way at the back, kind of hidden by the wheel. We'll need to get that one as well. There we go, and we'll do the same on the other side. Now that we have our fender liner clips removed, we can get this fender flare out of the way. I'm going to take my fingers and put it just behind the edge of this where the fender liner meets, and I'm just going to give one good tug out like that. You'll hear a couple pops, that's your clips releasing. And then I'm going to take my other hand and put it behind the front here and just kind of work its way all the way back until the flare is completely removed. Now, you do not have to remove the flare fully because we just need to get access to this bracket. However, if your truck is wrapped, such as ours, we recommend removing this fully so that you don't scratch your wrap at all. Now that we have our fender flare removed, we can see the bracket in its entirety. You're going to see a 10mm head bolt up top as well as a 10mm head bolt down at the bottom. There's also 2 fender liner clips that we did not get earlier. There's no need to grab your trim tool for these. You can just push the back side of them and they'll pop right on out. And then we can grab our 10mm socket with the extension and the ratchet and get this bracket out of the way. And with both of those bolts and both clips out of the way, you can just pull your trim clip straight out. You'll notice that there are 2 little studs here coming out of it that align it. So you'll need to make sure you pull straight out to not break those. Now we're over to the driver's side. It's going to be very similar to the passenger side, just we don't have to remove the whole arch, just this lower section here. Same deal, I'm going to grab at the bottom and give it a nice good tug. You may be able to get it all the way off in one pull. Otherwise, you'll need to just kind of work it all the way up. Just like the passenger side, you're going to reveal 2 fender liner clips as well as 2 10mm head bolts, one top, one bottom. We're going to remove all that and get this bracket on out of the way. And just like the passenger side, you are going to have a couple studs, so it's important that we pull straight out from the car and not try to pivot it up so we don't break these. Now that we have our fender flare brackets out of the way, I like to go ahead and pull this fender liner back to get to our rear bumper electrical connector. Since we're over here, we're going to just pop our fender liner kind of up out of place like that. You'll feel it pull back, and then our electrical connector is going to kind of be front and center behind this fender liner. This is the connector we're looking for here behind our fender liner. So you can see our connector is actually missing the red lock tab that would normally be here. You would pull it back with your thumb straight back, and then that will allow you to depress the black tab on that connector and then pull straight back to unplug it. Now there's 2 bolts left on the top side of the bumper that we need to get to before we can go down below and get the rest of the bolts off the bottom. These 2 bolts behind the license plate here are going to be a 10mm head. We just need to go ahead and remove these fully. Additionally, you may have noticed I already have my hitch cover removed. This is not required for the bumper removal. However, I do find it helpful. 3 quarter turn flathead bolts right at the bottom. You're going to turn those 90 degrees counterclockwise and this whole panel will just fall off. I find that having it off gives me a nice good handhold to pull the bumper straight back when we're ready to take it off. Now that we're up under the car, you can see that there are 3 holes on either side of the bumper. Up in these 3 holes is going to be a 10mm head bolt. We need to remove all 3 of these from both sides. And now we'll get the ones on the other side. Final 3 bolts that we need to remove are these 3 bolts at the back edge of your aluminum skid tray. Now with all of the bolts off of the bottom of the bumper, we're ready to go ahead and pull the thing off the truck. So I like to start on the driver's side here. I'm just gonna reach up front and give it a nice good tug, and you'll see it slide out a little bit. Then we'll move on over here to the passenger side, do the same thing. You may hear a little bit of a pop, and we're just gonna walk the bumper off little bits at a time, side by side. And this can be made easier, a little faster with a second person, but as you can see, it's not required. A small person like myself is more than capable of getting the bumper off all the way. We'll just slide off. I like to get the one side all the way off and then pivot the other way. And just like that, our factory bumper is removed. And just like that, guys, we have our rear bumper all the way off. Whether you're just replacing a reflector or getting ready for a steel bumper like we are, I hope you found this video informative. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, leave those in the comment section down below. Don't forget to check us out at tsportline.com.